Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope that all of you are doing very well. In this session, I will discuss about the marketing research. I am Dr. Dhananjay Dutta, Associate Professor of Marketing Management and Economics. I am also Coordinator of Faculty of Management Studies, ICFA University, Tripura. As I said, that today I will discuss about the marketing research. In marketing research, first I will discuss about the meaning and definition of the marketing research. Then, secondly, I will discuss about the scope of marketing research. Thirdly, the marketing research process. Then, barriers between the marketing researcher and managerial decision maker. Then, ethical issues in marketing research. These are the some area I will discuss from the marketing research. First, we will talk about the marketing research. In marketing research, uh, first we will go through the meaning and definition. So research is the process of finding a solution to a problem or a question through the use of scientific tools and techniques. Research word consists of two words like research, searching again. So thus marketing research is a methodological and purposeful study conducted to obtain solutions for specific marketing problems. Another definition of marketing research is marketing research refers to the systematic gathering, recording and analyzing of data about problems relating to the marketing of goods and services. Thus, marketing research is the process of collection of data in an organized manner with subsequent recording and analyzing of such data that will help the business manager in an effective decision-making process. Further, marketing research encompasses all the sphere of marketing right from the data, right from the idea for a new product to after sales service. The information gathered and analyzed through marketing research can be used for internal purpose or for making important strategic decision. Simply, we can say that marketing research is the process of collecting and using information for marketing decision making purpose. Now, I will discuss about the scope of marketing research. Companies in areas such as IT, pharmaceuticals, telecom, manufacturing, transportation, advertising agencies, bank, legal firms, universities, and even governments utilize marketing research to find solutions to different kind of decision making problems. Now, the marketing research scope is very vast. Scope exists in all sectors and industry. Like if we talk about IT sector only, all software companies like TCS, Wipro, IBM, they also conduct marketing research. All companies uh, go for marketing research to solve different problems. Now next, we'll talk about the marketing research process. Now in marketing research process, uh, first we'll discuss about the 5 steps, and before that, like about the marketing research process, marketing research is a systematic and formalized process. It follows a certain sequence of research action. The marketing research process has the following steps. First step is formulating the problem. Second, developing the objective of the research. Third, designing an effective research plan. Then number 4, data collection techniques. And number 5, evaluating the data and preparing a research report. These are the 5 steps a marketing research process involves, or any researcher if wants to do or conduct a research activity or wants to prepare a research report, the researcher or manager need to follow these 5 basic steps. Now we'll go through the steps in detail. First, here we will discuss about the formulating the problem. Now, in formulating the problem refers to identification of the problem or recognition of the problem. Now, here the purpose of conducting marketing research is to find a suitable solution for a specific and immediate problem faced by a business manager. The problem formulation is the first step and the most important step of the marketing research process. The problem has to be defined clearly and specifically, as an ill-defined problem may result in an ineffective solution. Now further, regarding the problem formulation, if a researcher wants to develop a good research problem, well-defined research problem which will give the good results for the company or organization, need to address some basic questions like what is the purpose of the study? What is the purpose of the study means what is the purpose of research? Then how to solve a problem? What is the problem? Knowing the problem, core problem the company organization is facing. Then identifying opportunities. Then in additional background information is necessary. Then what information is needed to make decision? How will information be utilized? Should research be conducted? Now these are the some basic questions the researcher need to do analyze, and after that researcher need to develop or formulate the research problem. Now if in the formulating of the problem researcher discuss all these questions, then they can develop a good research problem. Then next second step is developing objective of the research. Now in developing objective of the research, objective need to be well defined. The objective of the research should be clear and specific. The objective should cover questions regarding the purpose of the study, how the study should be conducted, the information needs, and the source of information that need to be covered in the objective of the research. Then further, like how a research problem should look like. It should be a precise statement having a precise terminology as far as possible, and then what information need to be collected by the researcher. Then it should be framed to ensure information obtained which will satisfy the research purpose. Information need to be collected to satisfy the research purpose. Now for example, I am telling like a company wants to conduct a survey on customer satisfaction. So here objective can be to examine the customer satisfaction, then the company or product name can be written or mentioned. Then next step, third step is designing an effective research plan. Now in the designing an effective research plan, the researcher need to design the research plan to determine the tools and techniques that are employed for conducting marketing research. Normally, the research design is broadly classified into three categories. These three categories are like exploratory research, second descriptive research, and third is causal research. Now I will discuss one by one. Exploratory research helps the management to identify the presence of potential opportunities and threats for the company. It is generally conducted with minimum opportunities and threat for the company. It is generally conducted with minimum expenditure of time and cost during the initial stage of decision making process. The data is obtained from books, journals, magazines, reports, case studies, etc. Then secondly, I'll discuss descriptive research. Descriptive research is generally conducted after the exploratory research. As the problem is clearly defined in exploratory research, the intensity of the problem is identified in descriptive research. Descriptive studies usually involve a small number of subjects. For example, studying the traffic movement at a particular junction to install traffic signals is an example of descriptive research. Third category is causal research. In causal research, the cause and effect relationship between the two variables are analyzed. This research helps managers to select a particular strategy. It is carried out with a detailed questionnaire and with clearly defined objective. For example, a company is trying to find out whether the increase in sales of their product over the previous year is due to reduction in its price. So it will be an example of causal research. Then next, I'll discuss research instruments. In the research instrument, the researcher generally used instruments like questionnaires and mechanical instruments. Now, questionnaires are formal set of questions prepared to collect the required information. This is one of the most effective and popular techniques used in survey. And questionnaire should be precise, simple, and easy to understand by the respondent. Next, mechanical instruments. Mechanical instruments such as galvanometers measures the response on various parameters such as emotions, interest in an advertisement or a picture, etc. The stethoscope is another instrument where a message is flashed for about few seconds and the subject's behavior is observed. Like this kind of steps can happen in movie theater during the intervals. During intervals, products can be highlighted which is available in the canteen of the movie theater, and it can be noticed that due to the product message or product advertisement highlight during the movie interval is increased or not, product sale increased or not, that can be monitored. Next, I'll talk about the sampling. Sampling is basically a process of collecting sample size. So in sampling, we need to discuss sampling units, sample size, then sampling procedures. Then like samples, we'll talk about the sample. A sample is a subset of a unit or a population collected as a representative of it. Now in sampling unit, then sampling methods, this also need to be understood by the researcher. Next, we'll discuss data collection techniques. Data collection techniques is another steps in the marketing research process. Now in the data collection techniques, we'll talk about the primary data and secondary data, because through the collection of primary and secondary data, a researcher may complete the survey and can prepare the research report. Now I will discuss what is primary data. Primary data is the first-hand information gathered to serve the research need. So primary data is the first-hand data or information collected directly from the respondent. These data are not recorded or reported anywhere. That's why these are primary data. These are first-hand data or information. Now, primary data can be collected through mail interviews, through telephonic interviews, through personal interviews, or through personal observation or through expert observation. For example, in a shopping mall, some experts are engaged to see the buying intention of the customers. So that this also can be considered as collection of primary data. Now we'll talk about the secondary data. Secondary data is collected from the company's internal and external resource, while the internal resource include the company's literature, annual reports, sales report, etc. The external resource could be independent magazine, journal, legal documents, government gazette, etc. Secondary data are those data which are already recorded and reported, like books, journals, annual reports. These are already available. So this is basically about the secondary data. Next, I'll discuss about the last stage, that is evaluating the data and preparing a research report. Now in the evaluating the data and preparing a research report, once the researcher collected the information, it needs to be edited and coded. The data after coding is tabulated and evaluated using statistical applications. After data analysis, a detailed research report indicating the extent to which the objective set for the research process have been fulfilled is made. The report is submitted to the management to contribute to effective decision making. This is basically all about the evaluating the data and preparing the research report. Further, we can add like entering and editing data, selection of appropriate statistical analysis technique, then reliability testing, then interpreting result in terms of the research question. Then researcher must remember to speak in managerial terms rather than in the terminology understood by the research specialist. A report should be outline technical details of the research project and method in an appendix if at all. Then researchers should spell out their conclusion in clear, concise and actionable terms. Next, we'll talk about the two more topic. First one is barriers between the marketing researcher and managerial decision makers. Now why it need to be discussed, because if there are any barriers between the marketing researcher and managerial decision makers, then the whole research process will get suffered, and consequence is that the organization will suffer financially as well as in the long term goal fulfillment. So it need to be taken care by the marketing researcher as well as by the managerial decision makers. Now in this regard, some points need to be taken care, like sometimes manager are not clear about the objective of the organization. So manager need to be clear about the objective of the organization. Then quite often managers do not clearly define the problem for which the research need to be conducted. So it should have a clear defined problem. Then some manager consider marketing research as a threat to their job. Managers think that if research are conducted, actual picture will arise and that may be a threat to their job. Then company managers have lack of knowledge of research tools and techniques. Like managers always busy, so due to that busyness, so they may not have the in-depth knowledge of the research tools and techniques. So for that, marketing researcher need to help. So there should be proper communication, cooperation and coordination. Then finally, if any kind of lack of interaction or communication gap, lack of coordination or lack of cooperation takes place between the research staffs and the manager, then the whole research process will get suffered. So it need to be take care, it need to be observed and checked that there is no communication gap, interaction gap and the coordination cooperation at the extreme level. Lastly, we'll discuss about the importance of ethical marketing research. What is the importance of the ethics in marketing research? Because ethics is also required if the marketing researcher and the managerial decision makers ethically are not correct. So again, marketing research as a whole will get suffered. So in this process also, the company need to think upon the ethical marketing research related issues. Like company nowadays using research as an effective tools for decision making. So if it is correct, ethically also both researcher then as well as managers need to be correct and should have a good intention. Now during this research, like information like about the consumer rights, like consumer have their rights and they must not be violated for collecting information. For example, do not ask question which will lead to biasness. So see, customer is basically use the product. So there should not be any kind of question or any kind of information should be collected from the customer which will lead to biasness. So this need to be taken care by the marketing researcher and as well as by the managerial decision makers also, because the research purpose is to solve problem. And if research purpose is to solve problem, so there should not be any new kind of problem. So in this regard, ethics play a very vital role. If ethically all person involved directly indirectly are correct, then the research may give a very good result and the goal may be fulfilled. This is basically all about the marketing research. Now I will give the summary of this session. Today in this session I have discussed meaning and definition of marketing research, scope of marketing research, thirdly the marketing research process, then number 4 barriers between the marketing researcher and managerial decision maker, and finally the importance of ethical marketing research. These we have discussed from the marketing research session. Now thank you everybody for attending this session, and next time hopefully we'll meet with another topic in marketing or in economics. Thank you everybody.